Hello there. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 5 Series Finale. Now, I recorded this last night, but we've been experiencing some technical difficulties. Always wanted to say that. But anyway, yeah. So, the end. With that title, I think a lot of us thought we knew what that meant, really. I enjoyed the season finale. It was good. It was typical Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fashion. It really was. But they gave me some things that I really enjoyed and some things I was like, no, why they did that? And then they did a couple of things to really throw us off guard. You know, they caught us off guard with something. And I think that the writers, producers, everybody, director of the episode, was banking on us forgetting one thing that happened early in the season. And you forget for a second. I know there's probably somebody out there that realized it, like, wait a minute. But we're going to get to that in a moment. By this time, we have Phil and Linda together, express their love for each other. They're together. They've been together in a lot of people's minds for a long time. But last week's episode, they kissed. They did. And it was the kiss we've been waiting for since season 1. To be honest with you, we knew there was chemistry there between them two. Or they were hinting that there's more there than just, hey, we work good together. But let's get straight up down to it. Talbot is going crazy. He thinks he's the savior. He's going to be this superhero, superhero, and he's just losing it, man. I used to feel bad for his wife because how he yelled at her at the previous episode, but some people on YouTube reminded me. They were like, it was her fault that she helped him get brainwashed by Hydra. So yeah, I mean, the bad things you do come around back to you in one way or another. They do, one way or another. It might not be as worse as the thing that you did to somebody else, but it will come back to you. But anyway, so I like him. I like General Talbot. I wish that he could be changed back to what he was. That still could happen. But because I liked how he just always was like, I'm not with you, S.H.I.E.L.D. I just don't get you. I don't like how you guys work. I'm doing things my way. But sometimes they had to work and team up. But he's just so obnoxious. And just want to hit him in his throat. Like, we're the good guys, darn it. You should know this by now. How long has it been? But him as Graviton, it's weird because he has his powers. Sometimes he's all messed up in the head, so you can't really blame him completely. But to be honest with you, the fight scene between him and Daisy, when that went down, that looked great. They spent some extra bucks on this episode. They saved some money for this episode because it wasn't long, but the quality of it looked movie quality to me. If anybody disagree, okay, I don't care, but it looked good. It looked really good. Daisy charged at him. And when they start fighting, he took her up into the atmosphere and slammed her down. How did she survive that? I wrote that on Twitter. I'm like, Daisy had to use her darn quake powers before she hit the ground behind her to survive that impact. She should be dead. She's been hit with legs and fists harder than that, and she's been down. She should have been dead. So maybe that's what she did. But I'm like, what the heck? And as Talbot was trying to absorb her or use her powers or whatever he was trying to do, she saw that she had the the centipede serum or whatever, and she used that to magnify her abilities. And I was like, oh man, is it going to be in her from now on? Is her powers increased? Well, it does wear off, doesn't it? It does wear off, doesn't it? Does it? Can't remember. Dang, that's bad. But anyway, the thing is, she got out of it like that, and she blasted Talbot into the atmosphere. But while that was happening, while that fight was happening, there was some confusion going on for a minute. Because remember as Robin's leaving with her mom, and she stops in the stairway, and she's like, something's different. At that moment, I was like, what's different? Anything could be different. When you're dealing with timelines, one change, anything could change. Something's different. I'm like, what's different? What's different? Coulson's going to live. He's going to die. We always like, oh no, Coulson's going to die. He could barely stand up at the beginning of the episode. He was all tore up. The alien tissue was still gone, and it's wearing down on his body. He was all tore up. So when he told Daisy that before she fought Talbot, it was just crazy. I'm like, they're going to kill Coulson off. I don't want him to. I don't want him to. And at this moment, a lot of things was happening. Simmons was looking for that darn serum to give to Coulson because he was going to take the serum. It was going to probably increase his chances of surviving whatever's killing him. And and then, Yo-Yo, feeling she was responsible for how everything's going because she believed she had to do what her future self said. And she was giving him CPR and everything was moving slow. I was like, she using her abilities to give it to him faster or something like that? Or was it just a moment where she just zoned into what's going on there? Made it seem important. But also with all the stuff that was going on inside the ship and everything, Fitz got hurt. And it was crazy because Mac came to him. You gotta remember, Mac and Fitz got like, they have a relationship. That's like a little brother to him. Mac being like the mechanic and Fitz, they worked side by side a lot. And Mac came to rescue Fitz, and May was there with him. And it was crazy because when Fitz started talking, I was laughing. He was like, my legs, I think they're broken because I can't feel them. And I was laughing. I'm like, Fitz, broken legs. But he started shaking and stuff, and I keep forgetting his name. Oh, I can't pronounce his last name either, but I'm not even going to try. But the guy who plays Fitz, he did such a great job because it was just like he was in shock, basically, because when Mac removed the debris, you saw the wound he had. It was like fatal. It was a fatal wound. That was pretty bad. It's just like this piece of equipment just ripped right into his torso, and Mac's eyes started to get teary, and I was like, oh man, I started to get choked up, and my eyes started watering, and I'm like, man, I'm getting goosebumps again talking about it. But I was just like, dang, Mac's looking at him like he ain't gonna make it out of this. And then he just kept repeating. He was like, okay, we gotta go help them. And they're like, oh, they're okay. All right, my legs, I think they're broken. I can't feel them. And he was shaking. It was just like a person going into shock. And I'm looking at this, and Mac's like, hey man, don't worry about it. We're gonna take care of this, and I'm just gonna be right here with you. And he held his hand, and Mac started crying. And Fitz passed off, and Twitter went crazy. Twitter was going crazy when Phil was dying, but then all of a sudden, Yo-Yo revived him, and we're all like, oh my gosh, thank the Lord. And then that's when Talbot got shot out into the atmosphere. I'm like, oh my gosh, Talbot's dead. He's dead. Are they gonna like fix the timeline or something, bring him back? He's gone. I can't believe he's gone. I liked him, not as what he is now with the gravitonium in him, but before then, he got on my nerves, but I liked him. But we were rejoicing in Phil being brought back to life. Then Fitz dies. And Twitter erupted. People were like, no, you can't take my Fitz. Fitz, what's going on? Simmons, oh my God, Simmons. And, Mac started crying on his chest, and I lost it. I was like, whoa, I got to do something. I just started tweeting and stuff just to get my mind off it because I was feeling it. And what's funny about that is they went to commercial break. And then when they come back from commercial break, we see them putting this like little plaque up in the ship, and it was it said in memory of, and they didn't let you see what else it said. And Coulson standing around, everybody's got drinks, everybody's sad. Mac was holding Yo-Yo, and he's like, "Hey man, this is more like a retirement than it is like a party." And we're like, "Oh, Phil's gonna retire." And then they start talking, and he tells Simmons, "Fitz is out there somewhere, floating in space. Make sure you find him." And right then and there, it hits me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we didn't realize this. But the Fitz that died was the Fitz that came back with them from the future. That was future Fitz. Just because he was the same age is because he shot into space and he was in cryostasis. He was frozen. So he didn't age. And they didn't age because they went to the future. But that was Fitz. He didn't travel to the future. He froze himself. That was future Fitz, who was supposed to be old. He died. They got it. I mean, how many people remember that before Fitz started dying? I guess there's some people that probably was like, man, isn't this Fitz probably supposed to be this one, that one? And they probably caught on earlier than we did. But as soon as Coulson told Simmons that, and she's like, yes, I will find him. And she hands him the postcard that says I'm working on it and stuff. That was cool, man. The postcard that Fitz, they found, in the beginning of the season. I was like, oh yeah, Fitz is fine. All they got to do is go find him. But is that going to mess up the timeline? Because isn't he supposed to stay frozen to go help them? If he doesn't do that, doesn't matter. Did the timeline change since they changed? They went to the future and they came back. So maybe everything can work. It's time travel and it gets tricky. But just to make this short, I was rejoicing in all that. And then we had this moment with Phil and Daisy. And basically we find out that Phil's still going to die. He's only alive for a little while. I'm like, oh my God. Now, we already know Clark Gregg, who plays Phil Coulson, is going to be in, if you don't know this, new news to you, the Captain Marvel movie that's coming out next year. It's going to be right before Avengers 4 next year. So we know he's going to be in that, but that takes place like in the early 90s. So I don't know if he's going to be available to shoot the first beginning part of season 6 of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's only 13 episodes this season, but I don't care. Hope we get a season 7, make it 10, I don't care. But maybe he'll show up at the end. And if that happens to be the last season, Phil's got to show up. And I wouldn't mind seeing Nick Fury show up either. You know what I mean? Throw him in there if it ends up being the last season. I don't know. We don't know if it's going to be the last season yet. But, man, I thought this was a good episode. They took us through an emotional roller coaster, man. But it had some good action. the team working together. Fitz thinking that Fitz died. Al Fitz, present day Fitz, and then Coulson. He goes on vacation. He retires. That's what the plaque said. It was retirement of Agent Coulson and stuff like that. But also the fact that he knows he's going to die in about a week. He doesn't have long to live, so he goes to Tahiti. He shows up in Tahiti, and I'm like, this dude went to Tahiti. Well, at least he gets to see it for real. And he was like, it is a magical place. It does feel magical. And then May walks up next to him on the beach, and she's going to stay with him until the end. And then we see during the rest of the agents take off and flight and stuff like that. Man, we gotta wait till next season, man. But it was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. I don't like the idea of Coulson dying. He is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Without him, the show is gonna feel really different. I have hope that he'd be back. I believe he's gonna be back, especially if that's gonna be the last season, or even if it's not. I think he's gonna show up at the end. He might be busy during the beginning of filming that, because they're gonna start filming it late summer or something like that. But he'll be back. He will. But this was a good episode, man. They got us with that Fitz thing. I was in it. I don't think I've been that emotional on that show ever. That got me. But I really enjoyed it. It was a good episode. It was. I'm sad that Talbot's gone. I liked him. But overall, it was a good episode. All right, I talked long enough. What you guys think? I like to hear what you thought about that episode. I mean, I heard some people say, it wasn't all that good. But it had to get you. That Fitz stuff and then the Coulson stuff, Maze with him. Hopefully they get married or something like that. But that's whack, man. Why's gotta die? Everybody's gotta die. Everybody's gonna die. I don't like it. But anyway, that's my review of season 5 finale, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I will be here. I'm probably gonna do every episode, a review of every episode next season. I should have done it for a lot of shows. I don't know. I just had fun doing it, talking about it and everything, and you people seem to enjoy it. So anyway, yeah, can't wait to see. I'll see you guys in October. Maybe December. It starts a little later than October, doesn't it, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Well, I'll see you later this year for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But stick around. Subscribe to my channel if you like my material. I do trailer reactions, and I got a lot of other stuff coming whenever I get the time and stop being lazy. But yeah, see you next time.